Before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. All of a sudden, Lin was completely naked, but he is looking pretty good. As he opened his eyes, he saw that inside the dimension, many memories from his Earth were flooded into his mind. It was as if he was in the middle of the solar system. But this was not the same. This was another solar system which was under the starry sky. But why did it appear in another world, and why were its memories getting flooded inside Lin's mind? Meanwhile, in the Eternal Trail battlefield, we see that Moon can hear everything that Lin was saying inside the other dimension. Mo-yun thought about the relationship between this primordial rune and the starry sky solar system. She asked Lin about what he was thinking about, and Mo-yun wondered if Lin was studying the primordial rune. But suddenly Mo-yun started smiling and blushed intensely while she told Lin that the origin runes were too magical to be studied, so Lin should stop. The girl started explaining that over the years a large number of divine-level experts have wanted to study the primordial rune in thoroughly, but unfortunately they cannot understand it at all because it was so mysterious and fascinating. I don't know why Mun is making these type of faces, but she realized that the origin rune presents the solar system, so it was naturally impossible to study everything inside it. But she kept telling Lin that if she can unlock the mystery of the primordial runes, then she will have no regrets in this life. Suddenly, Lin snapped out of the trance while thinking about if there would be more things about his Earth from where he transmigrated into the primordial space. Lin was really curious and really wanted to go in and take a look again, but it was really not possible because the primordial space was in the lower levels of the Eternal Trial battlefield, and they may even need to be level 70 to enter inside of it. No matter how hard he tried, he did not know any other way to enter the primordial space. But at least Mo-yun is useful, as she actually knew that there was a way. According to the lady in the center of the last core area of the upper levels of the Eternal Trial battlefield, there was a passage, which was leading to the lower level of the battlefield. It was a large portal, which was inside some kind of a cave. But the catch was that there was a boss guarding the gate, and if they wanted to enter the portal, then they must defeat that boss. But I do not think that would be a problem for our boy. He immediately asked about the level of this demonic boss. And Mo-yun told him that at level 68, it was the one and only boss in the Eternal Trial battlefield that has never been killed before. Even when too many strong men tried to defeat him, they were the ones who were defeated instead. And added to that, they were even seriously injured and almost died in battle while the boss was still too dangerous. Mo-yun was not at all suggesting Lin to go to the lower space by this passage. She still thought that leveling up to level 70 and then going for 3 rounds was the safest way, because the origin space was not going to disappear this early. Lin was thinking about something deeply while he told Mo-yun that he understood everything. After walking in the forest for a few hours, we see that a blondie and his team spotted Lin and Moan. He smiled and bowed down to Mo-yun, thinking that he will impress her by his riz. But he did not know that you can never get the ladies which are already rised by Lin. Anyways, he introduced himself as Claude, who offered Mo-yun protection because she had obtained the primordial rune. But the lady immediately rejected the man, as we had already guessed. The blondie was still not ready to give up. He told Mo-yun that she was in grave danger, which she did not understand, and that her primordial runes will attract the abyssal demons and dragons. But suddenly both of them heard a sound and turned around while they saw a large group of people who told the blondie that the people of Shengxia Empire does not need the protection of some high-maintenance blondie. It was the Jilin Guild's boss crusade team which came forward towards Mo-yun and Lin. Mo-yun told Lin that this team was from one of the top guild in the whole empire, and they were literally no joke. The blondie also recognized the man who turned out to be Jiang Wenshan from the Jialan Guild. The man was not surprised by his fame, and immediately ignored the blondie by going straight towards Mo-yun. The man looked at the Mo-yun's profession, knowing that it was a Holy Spirit summoner and that Mo-yun was of level 41. It was a medium legendary profession, and Mo-yun was really powerful, but as soon as he turned towards Lin, he saw that he was a level 30 necromancer. But the man had never heard about a profession named necromancer before. But suddenly the man looked at the military badge that Lin possessed, and his whole personality turned around. At first, he was shocked, but now he respectfully bowed down towards Lin, introducing himself himself as the second lieutenant who was present on duty to serve the Empire. Lin asked the man if he is from the military too, but he explained that he joined the military before, but something happened, and now he is retired from the military. But he still had the same respect and proudness in his work. But suddenly, Zhang had a serious look at his face while he addressed our boy as chief and told him that it was really dangerous in the eternal trial battlefield, and that he wished to protect the chief along with the lady, but he also realized that Lin was already at the rank of colonel, so he does not even need the protection of someone who is just a second lieutenant. Just by looking at Lin, Zhang guessed that maybe our boy was using some kind of method to deliberately hide his rank. Otherwise, he would not really be of level 30. The man still told Lin that if he needed any help from his group, then he should not hesitate to ask. But Lin just remembered and asked the group if they have seen the God's chosen secret realm recently, because our boy have been searching for the place for many days, but he still did not have any clue about it. But luckily, Yang was the man who knew everything about it. He pointed into a direction telling Lin that about 100 miles away, the God's chosen secret realm appeared just 4 days ago. Lin and Moon were overjoyed as they bowed down to Zhang, bidding their farewells and thanking them. But suddenly Zhang called out to the couple once again and started telling them about something which was deliberately kept silent. Moon looked above her head along with Lin and Zhang, but Lin just calmed down after looking at it and bid their farewell once again. Zhang hoped for the best, because they were all from the side of humanity. But suddenly, as they looked up above in the sky, they saw multiple flying abyssal demons who were coming towards Mo Yun once again because of the origin rune. But the thing that surprised Lin and Mo Yun the most was that the dragon professionals were also working along with the demons. Lin calmly stood while looking at the large horde of ugly creatures, thinking that now he will not have to leave the place. Zhang already told his battalion to get ready to fight. He told his men to not worry at all, because even when there were a large amount of demons coming towards them, Yang had already passed on the news to others, and the reinforcements will come to them soon, so they just needed to hold on till then. But suddenly they noticed a faint golden aura coming from somewhere, and as the group turned around, he saw that it was from the colonel badge of our boy Lin. A notification popped up telling everyone that Legion Commander Lin Moyu was inviting everyone to join his legion. After reading that Lin was just a level 30 necromancer, Zhang was really shocked, wondering about how Lin was able to come to the Eternal Trail battlefield if he was just a level 30 individual. But his thoughts were interrupted as we see it multiple demons and people from the Dragon Clan were dripping their saliva because of seeing multiple humans, which were like fodder to them. But the captain was also ready with his sword and shield. But before he can do anything, he saw that Lin summoned multiple skeletal warriors. At first, he did not understand about what the skeleton was, but finally, he realized that it was an undead summon, which was summoned by our boy Lin. But the surprises were still not over for Zhang, and as he was still standing, he saw that Lin materialized multiple skeletal warriors and skeletal mages in front of him. He was now circled by undead creatures before he even knew it. Lin also summoned the undead general, who used Legion Strengthening to give a buff to the skeletal warriors. The man realized that this was the sole reason that Lin was able to come to the Eternal Trail battlefield, even after he was level 30. Finally, the battle between the skeletal warriors and skeletal mages and the ugly demons and Dragon Clan members raged on like never before. It was such a large-scale battle, where both the parties were fighting each other with all their might. Meanwhile, Moyun told our boy that the flying concealment ability of the lady was not able to cover such a large radius, but Lin knew that killing the monsters like this was going to take too long. But suddenly, Lin had an idea that the Zhang Guild had an average level of 60, so they must be having a way to deal with this situation. Our boy turned around, asking the leader if he had any way to make the demons come down. Hearing that, the leader told our boy that their party's shadow great mage has the flying concealment skill, which can ensure that within 1 minute, the monsters would not be able to fly any further. Lin smiled while telling the lady that he was not going to hold back on her and use her skills without hesitation. As the scene shifts, we see that it was the same old and fearful succubus lady Alice who was showing off her important melons while smiling, thinking that this time, surely, she was not going to give Lin any opportunities to escape. She materialized a purple ball of flames and flew it towards our boy. It was like a glass ball which was filled by abyss flame. Moyun was shocked by seeing this, explaining to Lin in speed that it is said that abyss flame was the source of power for abyssal demons. It is in the history that the first demon in the world was born from the abyss flame itself, and when the abyssal demons were in range of the abyss flame, then their strength will increase by at least 30%. The leader of the guild told Lin that it was because of the abyss flame that many human armies have failed in their attacks on the abyss, so he must really be careful. Meanwhile, Alice told all the demons and dragons to attack immediately, and multiple knives started coming towards Lin in an instant, which shocked everyone. The leader started screaming, telling Lin to be careful because the knife was not thrown, but it was brought to him by the invisible abyss night demons. But before the knives could even reach our boy, they were deflected by the overpowered skeleton armor, which always came handy to Lin. Our boy immediately grabbed the neck of one of the ugly monsters, while sarcastically telling him that Lin was worried that the monsters would not come down so easily. He immediately materialized the blue flame and used the soul blaze attack onto the demon, agonizing him mentally and physically. Lin cleared his hands while a notification popped up, telling him that he had defeated a level 50 abyssal night demon. Lin looked at the abyssal flying demons, while he smiled as now he has got the ammunition to do the massacre he wanted. He immediately used the slow curse technique with a smile, telling the ugly flying demons to not try to escape, as his hands started glowing with a red-crimson aura, and everybody knows that Lin was ready to use his most favorite technique, the corpse explosion. A booming sound echoed while all the flying demons were bounded by the red chains, as they were now blown up into smithereens, their existence unknown to the world now. On the other hand, Alice started screaming, knowing that it was happening all over again. The succubus screamed at every demon to spread out and be careful of Lin's area of effect attacks. But the Dragon Clan members were as stupid as they can be. They were too angry on the human to hear the voice of the lady. They had only one thing in their mind, that their king will bestow them with rewards if they killed our boy. But Lin was just smiling, telling the Dragon Clan professionals sarcastically that he loved it when most of the demons were always as dumb as they are, because they are unlimited supply of ammunition. For our boy's most favorite skill, the corpse explosion. The Dragon Clan professionals kept on coming, and they became ammunition for our boy, while they got blown up into smithereens by the continuous corpse explosion attack. Alice was shocked by the sudden interference of the Dragon Clan members who came in just to cause trouble for her. But suddenly, an idea popped into the lady's dumb mind after a long time. She started licking her lips and thought that perhaps the Dragon Clan trash can be reused to fulfill the succubus queen's plan. Finally, Lin collected enough corpses and told the Shadow Mage to let the flying demons fall onto the ground towards their misery. The Shadow Mage agreed and immediately used her flying concealment skill to ban all the movement in the air within 1 minute. Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and support the channel financially.